Growing up in Wales was a weird experience because I grew up in a country that loved music. From Tom Jones to Mfanwy, we absolutely love music. The history spanning back to even the Roman times of when the Celts, my ancestors, used to fight the Romans, and then the Vikings, and then the Brits, and then the rest. But there is one song that stands out over everything else for me, and that is Ymro Hydd, which literally means and translates to still here. The Welsh are still here after thousands of years of fighting against the Romans, the Vikings, and even the Normans. And this got me thinking, as a Welshman who likes to enjoy anime, why are music animes just so popular? According to the International Federation of the Phonographic Industry, the average person in 2023 increased their music listening per week to 20.7 hours. According to the Headphones Addict, 36% or 2.88 billion of viewers worldwide enjoyed anime in 2021. And in the year previously in 2020, over 100 million households globally watched at least one anime on Netflix. So a lot of people watch anime and a lot of people listen to music. It sounds like a match made in heaven. So when you mix other elements like romance, slice of life into these music anime, you've literally got the golden goose, the golden duck that people want to watch. Animes like Your Lie in April, Bocchi the Rock, K-On! And Girls Band Cry spread to mind. Okay, well you can have an anime with music in it, but every anime has music in it because of the openings, and that's something I want to talk about. Anime openings set up music anime perfectly. How many animes have you watched where the intro is absolutely amazing and then you actually get into the anime and the story and it's just not as good, so you end up dropping it? Music animes don't have this problem. They use the same style of music in the intro than they do in the anime, so there's no hidden surprises and the intro set up what you are gonna hear in the actual show. So when you actually get into the anime, it's not a surprise, you don't end up dropping it because you're already invested by watching the opening. An anime that does this perfectly is Girls Band Cry, where the intro of Wrong World is one of their songs. Wrong World. You already know what to expect. There's no surprises because you know that song is going to be in the anime and you know it's in the intro because it comes from the band in the show. Regardless of if you love Snoop Dogg or Mozart, everybody loves music in some sort of way. So when you've already been watching different anime, maybe like One Piece, that have these amazing intros, you're already used to the intro. And then you go into the anime. Another reason why music anime are so popular is because of the dedication to the music. Music animes aren't just made to sell records, even though that might be the theory or the business behind it. They're there to create fans. They're there to create a group of people who like a certain type of music. And that's what they do perfectly, while mixing in human emotion. And that's our next thing. Music animes do something perfect, and that's mixing human stories with creative subjects. It's realistic most of the time. People will have pasts, people will make mistakes, people will cry and shout, and nothing ever goes perfectly. People will not know a bit of knowledge. It's not like they come in like they're the best music artists that the world has ever produced from birth. They're human. They make mistakes, which allow us as an audience to connect with them more. Take example A music anime. An anime about a girl who's already made it. She's already famous. She has everything going for her. She's kind of like a robot, she already knows everything, she never fails, she never goes through any trials and tribulations. Or anime B, a girl trying to make her way into the music industry, and she's failing a lot. Maybe she doesn't get paid for one of the jobs she does, maybe she has her family trying to bring her back home telling her it's a stupid idea. Which one seems more interesting? Because for me, example B sounds a lot more interesting than example A. We love to see the heroes' journeys, people's journeys, and that's what we want to do. And most music anime are people at the start of their careers or when they're in school just starting out. Great music animes don't shy away from the realistic portrayal of the creative industry. They show how hard it is. They show about the nepotism. They show if you can't sell out a venue, you're not marketable, we ain't going to pick you up as a group. The best anime that shows this is 100% Oshinoko. From beginning to end, it shows you how weird the industry can be. From music to acting to everything else. Now, I'm not going to drop any spoilers, but the reason why I was a puppet and how the two kids came to be in the first place was because of how they used her. They took advantage of her marketability, and sometimes they took her body, which I know is a horrible thing to say, but they did. And that's not even in a consent way, that's more in a power dynamic way, how the industry can take hold of someone so young and so famous and make them do what they want for either sexual gratification or anything like that. And that's why the industry today is so fucked, because there's a lot of that in there. And we all know there's a lot of that in there, but at the end of the day, we still go and watch the movies and pretend like nothing happens. And I know that this is a realistic portrayal, because I've worked on certain movie sets and TV sets, even as only as an extra. You kind of see the power dynamic, how you've got like the makeup artists at the bottom, the costume people at the bottom, maybe in the middle, the directors, the DOPs at top. And you see this power dynamic, and I just find it strange, and I love how these animes don't shy away from that. They'll show that the people at the top aren't actually that physically powerful. It's more that they have money moves, they have everything like that their influence is able to shine on other people. Most directors in the industry, you'll be able to throw a right hand and they would drop where they stand and probably bounce a little bit. But it's not about that. It's not about who's got the biggest muscles or who can do a spin kick. It's about who has the most money, connections, and power. When you see someone who's really passionate about something, for example, if someone's really passionate about books, it really brings out the passion in us, regardless if it's in the same subject. If I saw someone who was really passionate about golf, and I said, if I was half as passionate as they are about golf as I was in my YouTube videos, maybe I'd have 1 million subscribers. As humans, we love to cheer on the underdog, the person who isn't going to make it, and in most animes, they aren't going to make it. They're doing it because they love it, and they're not doing it for the money, and then they might have to deal with the consequences or confusions of money or passion. But when we're watching it, it brings out a passion in ourselves, so we get emotionally connected to these animes. We love these animes, and that's why music anime is so popular, because it's accessible for everybody. And I don't just mean Netflix, Crunchyroll services. I mean in a deep connectional way. We sit there and we look at it, and our emotions just flow out because we're so passionate about what we want to be passionate about, and we learn that from these animes. We learn the deep connectional parts of it that really hit us hard, and it really does hit me hard. Seeing someone in Oshinoko really try and make something work as an actor really hit me hard. I think humans by nature are creative. We're kind of creative as children. We run around, we play, we draw, we make noises, we do silly dances. But as we grow up, we get conformed and we have to do to what society says. And I'm not here to make a video about, oh, society bad, oh. Societies are great in many ways and they're bad in many ways, just like everything. But I tell you something that has not much negatives, and that's music anime. Maybe they're a bit samey. It's a person, they're trying to make it, they can't make it, so they still try. Then there's passion, and then they get offered some money, and then they have to decide if they want the money or not. Maybe that could be the samey instead of the stories. But if it's a genuine good character and a good world and a good amazing atmosphere, we will be able to connect to music animes, and I do think they'll be timeless. Not something like the early days of Naruto or anything like that, which may be only confined to when they were released. These anime will live on, I think, for years and years to come, and they will also inspire people for years and years to come to really deep inside of their artistic self and be creative and be true to themselves. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you all later.